So it's not just in the United States that older children need families, it's abroad as well. As I mentioned earlier, there are actually millions of children, infants and older children around the world who need permanent families. International adoption has gone through a lot of changes in the past decades. It reached its peak in the 90s. A lot of infants were being adopted from abroad. And then the numbers decreased because some countries were closing adoption to foreigners because they wanted to increase infant adoption from within their own citizenry. And sometimes unfortunately, there was corruption and just different problems with the international programs, so they were shut down. Some of you may have heard of Russia. The Russian adoption program was shut down a few years ago. And that may have more to do with politics and Putin and Obama than adoption, sadly, because there are so many children in orphanages still in Russia that need homes. But some popular programs have been closed. Now, some have only closed to infant adoption and are only allowing non-citizens to adopt older children. So, so there are some older children eligible for adoption. Many of them have special needs. Every program is different. You have to research the country programs individually. South Korea, there's some African countries that have programs, South American countries. Typically, you're matched up with a child. You don't necessarily get to choose who you want to adopt. It's not like in the U.S. where maybe you're looking at a photo listing. Intercountry adoption, typically you're matched with the child. And you may have a few visits with them, and then you have to go through paperwork, and it's a process, intercountry adoption, and it's expensive. It's more expensive than domestic adoption, which can be free or as much as $2,000. Intercountry, even older child adoption, is going to be around $40,000, $50,000 or more. But for people who feel that intercountry adoption is for them, that is definitely worth looking into. Some differences between intercountry and domestic. You might have a contact agreement in domestic adoption, whereas intercountry, you probably won't, because the parents have dropped the child off at the orphanage at a young age because they couldn't care for them and they kind of disappeared. In the U.S., we encourage more contact agreements because actually it's better for children to know who their biological parents are and to maybe have contact with them a few times a year. Or the courts may say that's not a good idea at all. This child is neglected, abused, it's not healthy. Anyway, intercountry adoption, sometimes people gravitate towards that because they feel there's not going to be any contact with the parents, which is probably true, with the biological parents. Intercountry adoption takes a lot of research. It's different from domestic, but a lot of the resources at the end of our book have links for where you can read more about the differences and read more about intercountry adoption, which can be, the information can be trickier